Welcome. This is Bitcoin Day Trading, the best Elliott wave analysis, episode number 23. So today we are going to take a look at the chart. I think I'll be quite brief. This time I will really be, because I don't have too much things to say and I must shave. As you can see, my hair is growing and I must shave. So I have a lot of other things to do and there's not too much to talk about on the chart, but we track the price of Bitcoin because it is following for now our forecast. So let's do that. First, I'll take a look at my disclaimer, just to remind you that there are risks involved in trading. So please read the disclaimer so that you're aware of the risks. You can find the link to my website in the description. And if you need any help with trading or investing, you can always reach out to me. I offer one-on-one coaching and I give a 60% discount. I've listened to some analysts or some YouTubers talking about scammers and what they do in order to get rid of the scammers on their YouTube channel. And I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to pay people just to check the comments and get rid of all the scammy comments from the scammers. So I'm not going to do that. If you are not, if you listen to people who pretend being me, or if you listen to scammers who promise you the moon, if you just send them some Bitcoins, or listen to some analysts you have never seen and never heard, if you're too retarded to do that, you will lose your money, and that will be at the end of the story. I mean, so the only way to make sure that you don't get scammed if you reaching out to me is by clicking on my web link and following the instructions that are given on my website, the site that I always show you on every start of the video. And if you go on the payments, you'll find that I accept Bitcoin, and what you have to do in order to make the booking, and then there says payment, and then you get an address, okay, a Bitcoin address, and that's the only address you should ever send money to. If you send money to any other Bitcoin address, you will lose your money entirely. Okay, if you send me money and ask for a meeting and I can't give you the meeting, I will send you the money back. Okay, if you pay for a service but I can't deliver the service to you, then I'll send the money back. The only thing you will be charged is the mining fee, because you have to pay mining fee in order to send me the money. And if I have to send the money back to you, which is not probable because I will give you the service you pay for, but if I have to send the money back for you, it will cost mining fees again. But that should not be right now with the current state of Bitcoin network. It should not be more than $1. And here's one more trick. If you want to know how much mining fees you have to pay, there's a website that will help you with that. I'm just checking the website right now, and then if it loads, I'll show it to you. Just checking my browser. I'm just going to the website. then I'll share. Okay, I have the website. So now I can share it with you, people. But the thing is, the website doesn't. The website is zoomed in, and I don't want it zoomed in. I want it on a normal scale. Well, that's strange. Really strange. Let me open it in a different browser, then it will show fine. It's a trick on how to not use too much mining fees. So let me show you in a different browser, then it should open fine. Because it opened, but it is in a zoomed way. So let me check it on a different browser to see if it does show correctly. Yes, now it shows correctly, not zoomed in. Okay, now I can show you. So let me share screen and go to the website. Okay, now you should see the website that I want to show you. And it is called Transaction TX Street. Just Google TX Street or type txstreet.com and you will get that website. And it will show you two things. And now it shows you Ethereum on the left and Bitcoin on the right. And on Bitcoin, you see all the people who are waiting in line to get into the next block. Okay, and you see the same thing on Ethereum. So on Ethereum, there are all the people who are waiting. And then there's the low line fee. Those are all the people that didn't pay enough to get in and are stuck for now. And they can be stuck for a very long time. So long until the transaction is not validated and they get the money back, but they don't get through. And as you see, I'm scrolling down. There are really a lot because it's overclocked until there. So all those people won't get in, and so Bitcoin is performing much better, just if we compare Bitcoin to Ethereum. But I'm showing you that so that you know how much you can pay. So if you want to be in the next block, it says here 4 sats per byte. Okay. So I would put 5 sats per byte. That's still extremely cheap. You pay something like maybe 40 cents or 30 cents for your transaction, and you get in the next block. If it says 7 sats per byte, then I would put 8 bytes. If it says 1 sats per byte, which it often does, then I would put 2 bytes. Then I would pay 2 bytes to get in the next block. And if it says 3, I would pay 4. I think you get it. I would just pay 1 more than what is shown here on the first car, which is leaving. So I would just pay a little more. And it gives you also the number of pending transactions. So now there are 3,600 waiting. And it says when the last block was mined. The last block was mined 20 minutes ago. Normally, a block is mined every 10 minutes. So since the last one was found 20 minutes ago, the next one will be very short. If I keep on that, it will probably leave in this in the next 60 or 120 seconds, in the next minute or the next 2 minutes. It will probably leave. And most of the people will either get in this block or they will get in the next block. But now I would pay 5 cents. So if you send me money and you don't want to pay too much for a transaction fee, just look at this website transaction tweet, TX tweet, and put one more, pay one more, and it will get in the next block. And if I have to send you the money back, I will do the same, which means that you should not pay for the transaction fee if I send it back to you. To send it to me and me sending it back to you, it should not cost right now more than $1. So it's extremely cheap. Okay, that's it for this transaction street. Now let me go back to my website. And I'll just close the website that I don't need anymore. So the only address you should send money to is this address. And if I can't deliver the service you asked for, I would send you the money back. The only difference will be the amount in transaction fees. And if you want to contact me for to schedule the intervention, the one-on-one coaching intervention, the mentoring, then you write me a mail to my Gmail account. So it says storycrypto and then @gmail.com. And the only way not to get scammed is to use my email account, Gmail account, and sorry, something opened that I didn't want to open. And now I would like to close it. Okay, so the only way not to get scammed is to send money onto my Gmail account on the contact and to use my Bitcoin address. Okay, that's the only way you will not get scammed. If you do anything else, you will get scammed. By that I mean you will lose all your money. And I'm not going to pay people to get rid of the scammers. I don't like them. I don't like seeing the scams in my description, but I'm not going to act on it. And there are scams every time. And on every single one of my videos, there are scams on every single one. There were scams before there were normal people watching my videos. So the scammers are always there. They have incredible energy to scam people. And if you are dumb enough to fall for the scam, then you deserve to lose your money. I'm sorry to tell you that, but I'm not going to cry for you. If you're too dumb to send somebody else money, or if you think you can fix an appointment by using an app that I don't use, the only way you can fix an appointment is to write on my email, is to write to me an email. Okay, that's not difficult. You just say, hello, I paid you a Bitcoin fee and I would like an appointment. Are you free on Wednesday at 2 p.m.? You must give me an UTC or something like this. Okay, and I'll check if I'm free. And if I'm free, I say, yeah, it's fine for me. Let's go for it. Okay, I'm not going to reply in that way in an email, but you get the idea. But if you use any other way to communicate with me, you get scammed, because that's the only way I will use to communicate with you. And if you send money on any address other than my Bitcoin address that I show you for those payments, if you send money to any other address, you will also get scammed, which means that you will lose all your money. I do answer also in the chat, but I won't use the chat under my YouTube videos to communicate with you appointments. The only way I will communicate appointments is by using my my Gmail account. So you must write to my email address in order to be sure that you are communicating with me and not with a scammer. Okay, I think you get it. And let's now look at the charts. I will be quite brief because I don't have too much to say. First, we start with the 3-hour chart. And as I told you, I would like us to stay in the channel, but we were under here, the channel. The wick down here is a data mistake, as I told you. It's wrong, it didn't happen. And then we came back into the channel for a short period of time, but now we are on the channel again. And I'm not sure that we managed to get back into the channel. I'm not sure that we will manage. Maybe we will, but I'm not sure. And we are still on track for our target, which is wave 5 of 3. We are still on track on that. And I still think that we can reach our FIB level, the 3.618 level, when wave 1 is equals 3.618 of wave for wave 3. When wave 3 is equal 3.618 of wave 1. I still think we can reach that FIB extension. If you don't make it, it will be the second FIB extension or the third FIB extension. But I think we can make it to the first FIB extension, the 3.618. Okay, that's all for the 3-hour chart. Now I'm going to take a look at the last impulse wave we get, which I show you here. We're going to zoom into that and take a look at it on the 5-minute chart. So this is the last action that happened. And let's first zoom out. Yesterday, I talked about the alternate count, and I did put here an alternate 5, and then I'll start an ABC, okay, count. Now I took the ABC off because I don't think it's any use to us, and that that alternate count actually happened. So I don't think so. That it is useful to keep it. I still keep the 5 here because you could count it if you really want to. You could count it that way, and then you would have a 5 here instead of a B. Okay, but I won't use it because the first count that I have, I'm more confident in it, and it says that wave 5 of 3 did end here, and I'm more confident on that. I don't mind that the correction was a little long. We had an A, B, C, which makes a double V, and then again an A, B, C. So I don't mind about that. What I do mind a little is the last part of the correction here, which is a bit short. That ABC is a bit short, which makes the Y of wave 4. That's a little, the last move is a little short. So I mind a little about that. And that's why I was looking for an alternate count, as you remember. And that's why I came up with the alternate count. And I did put a 1, 2 here, a 3, 4, and then the 5 above the third wave instead of here, putting it here. So my alternate count is just a trick in order to put wave 5 instead of having it here. Let me click on the marker. Instead of having it here, I'll put it here. You see, it's a trick so that the wave 5 tops a little later. If it tops here, then I can start the correction later, and my correction won't be as long. So it's a trick that I used. But right now, I don't think it's any useful. I still keep the 5 because it would be a way of counting it, but it's not my favorite count. So I won't go with it because I actually like it topping here, and I don't mind the correction being a little long, even if the last piece of the correction is quite short, and that is a little disturbing. But still, I don't mind too much about it. Okay, I'm fine telling you that even if the last piece is a little short, that the wave 4 ended here. I'm fine telling you that for now. For now, that's my favorite count. So I'll keep with it. And once we did bottom and we did end wave 4, we started wave 5. And I think that's what happened. So I think that now we are on our way higher. And I'm putting a 1 here and a 2 here. And now we could be subdividing the third wave. And it looked fine until here. It looked fine. It looked fine when it did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. That looked fine. It looked also fine when we did the ABC correction. It was a little long, the ABC correction, but it still looked fine. And now it starts looking less perfect. Because if that's an impulse wave and we have wave 1 here, wave 2 here, then we would be subdividing again. We would have wave 2 here and wave 3 here. Because I don't want to put 3 here and 4 here, because that would be too short of a wave count. So I didn't put the last 2 waves on because I still want to see more data before I label this one wave 1 and this wave 2. And then I subdivide this into wave 2 again. I mean wave 1. Sorry, so 1, 2, and then I would subdivide again 1 and 2. Okay. But I want to see a little more data before I put it on my chart. Okay, that's it. But for me, we are still tracking our wave 5 of 3, and I still expect higher prices. I don't think we topped right now for wave 3. I think we have still higher to go. And once we did top, then we get a wave 4 correction. I'll tell you how low we go. This is an extreme case. So I put it down there, but it's an extreme case. I'll tell you what my targets are of wave 4, but we will go down a little and then higher for wave 5. Okay, that's what I'm expecting, and nothing has changed on the 3-hour time frame. On the 5-minute, I've did label more, but I'm just tracking what is happening, and we are on our way of accomplishing wave 5 of 3. So everything looks fine, and price should keep rising during the next sessions. Okay, that was it for today. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon because it's time-sensitive information. And as always, I like reading your comments and I mostly reply to them. So don't hesitate to leaving me a comment. And I'll see you tomorrow for one more update. Okay, so have a nice day and bye-bye.